everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. Today we've got the audio system demo of the 2021 Toyota Venza and its 9-speaker, 1200-watt JBL audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio inputs, audio controls, speaker locations, do an Apple CarPlay and Android Auto demo, get out on the road, listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling. I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Before we get started, let's hop out, take a quick look at the car. This all-new crossover from Toyota, slotting in, it's kind of a mid-size-ish SUV in their lineup, but it's a hybrid only, and it provides a little bit more of a luxury experience than some of its other models. If you've been in the new Highlander, this is kind of similar. It's nicer than a RAV4. If you want to see more on the car, check the links in the description for our real-world fuel economy test and our full review. We always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV audio files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to their factory defaults, so let's take a look at those now. Touchscreen only here in the Venza. Let's go down to sound. In fact, let's swap that screen over. It's a little bit closer for you all. You have your standard front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance. Treble, mid-range, and bass, and automatic sound levelizer, so as you get going, there's road noise and wind noise and engine noise, the audio levels get boosted. Let's go through and demo the treble, mid-range, and bass now. As you can see from my fiddling around with it, it's not the easiest to use system in the world. There's a little bit of delay. Things aren't laid out super intuitively, but it's not the worst either. For audio controls, let's get right on into that because there's a big mishap here. Toyota went with capacitive buttons for volume adjustment. You can already see as I'm screwing around with this test, I'm having to tap this button to turn volume up and either tap or hold to turn it down, rather than just doing a nice quick knob like Toyota's always been so good for. I'm really surprised that they didn't learn from Honda in the Civic from about 5 years ago and not do that. But you do also have volume control on the left side of the steering wheel here. There's just no quick way to turn it down or mute it. Say you're getting a phone call, you gotta go, okay, music down, and then, all right, coming back up. So that's a bit frustrating. Track selection, you've got the same identical style capacitive control over there. You can also go here to the song list and move things around that way. Like for example, I want to go to that track right now. And you've got track selection here on the steering wheel on the right side. I kind of wish it was closer to the volume control, but not the end of the world. And you can finally do it on the touchscreen right there if you're on the right menu. For audio inputs here in the Venza, you have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio. You also have Bluetooth, USB-A ports with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay connectivity, and a 3.5mm auxiliary input jack. So what does that mean you're missing? Well, surprisingly no USB Type-C, even though this car was designed for 2021. It's surprising they didn't at least include one Type-C port. And you don't have a disc player. Not the end of the world on that one, but it would be nice for people who enjoy high-fidelity audio, have a big disc collection. Speaker locations in the Venza. Like I said, it is a 9-speaker system. Starting up here in the front, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait for the rear hatch to open. You've got a subwoofer right here that makes 9. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay demonstrations. Start off with CarPlay. Even though there are 2 data ports for USB here in the Venza, when you plug one in, the other one gets disabled. So you can see my USB stick is now disabled and it's doing CarPlay only. Other than that, very easy to pair up CarPlay. Just plug in, and then home. You've got a little CarPlay thing there. Nice big display, very colorful. Got your music, maps, even though mine aren't loading, and settings. And you still get this little side screen which can show you energy or climate, media, things like that. For Android Auto, we'll pop, let's say that out, and this. Might as well just do both. These USB ports are way up here, so it's kind of hard to reach into them. And we are up. You have your standard screen Android Auto. There's your maps, YouTube Music. Responsiveness is a bit delayed. I don't know why that is, but other than that, things look good. Settings screen there. All right, let's plug the USB back in and get on the road. Now that we're up to highway speeds, turn the music all the way down, let you hear what the Venza sounds like at 70. Which is actually 71 in this car. It is a bit windy outside, so I'm noticing more of that. Sunroof is also open, which will add a little bit extra noise, but I know from my highway driving with this car earlier today that wind noise and road noise are actually quite good. lot of different instruments in here, and you're hearing a good amount of crispness. And what I really appreciate is a good amount of power, good thump, good bass carrying this song. Nothing's too harsh. I can turn it up really loud and have a fairly good audio experience. And it really goes to show that you don't need a ton of speakers in order to have good audio quality. This next song, turn the bass all the way up. See what sort of response we get from that big subwoofer back there. Nope. Man, this is a frustrating to use touchscreen. I'm getting a little heated. Not only that, but Toyota's organized my songs differently than every other car, so I always have to relearn what my tracks are. Anyway, here we go. Bass for what this car is. If this were a really big kind of showy luxury vehicle, I would expect more power and more low-end thump. It's getting a little sloppy when I turn it up loud here, but it is a really good bass note and sound and power for everyday type of listening, whether it's pop music, classical, rock. You're getting a lot of that good low to mid-range bass. It's vibrating my seat and the mirrors, and I am satisfied. Speaker JBL system here in the Venza. I was actually quite impressed. I wasn't expecting any miracles from this one. Only 9 speakers, not exactly a luxury car. I think this one we're driving is about $43,000. And I haven't been super impressed with the last few JBL systems I've tested. So coming into this one and having good all-around audio response was a treat. Now I am quite frustrated still with Toyota's decision to go with these click buttons for volume. It's like, come on, no one appreciates that. I would much rather them messy up the look of this and figure out a way to put, even if it's just a small volume knob, even if it were stuck right here, something I could turn and quickly adjust my audio volume. So that's pretty frustrating, but speaking of audio quality, the system's earning about an 8, 8.5, pretty strong. Subjectively speaking, for this market, I'd be giving it about, I think also about an 8.5. I think that's pretty fair. I think it's right in line with how much you're spending and its competitors. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more on the Venza, check the links in the description for our other videos. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.